Wacky, wacky fun. Wacky.
Yes, this is a fertile land and we will thrive. We will rule over all this land and we will call it this land.
And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original series, The School Nurse Files. An Young, a school nurse who has powers that allow her to chase ghosts, is appointed to a new high school where mysterious incidents take place. So there are 6 episodes, around about 45 minutes apiece, and this is one of the strangest Korean drama fantasy series that I've seen. And that's saying a lot because there are quite a few weird, wacky, fun, interesting Korean series to watch on Netflix at the moment. Not just on Netflix, but this is why I love watching the Korean series, because they are really trying new things. They bring to screen things that often look like they should be animated or anime, and that's what I really felt about this series. It feels like it's prime example to be an anime, although this is Korean. It's so weird and wacky and out there that I often mistook. I often wondered what the hell I was watching, but it's very interesting. So we have this nurse who has the ability to see, I'd say it says ghost on IMDb, it's not quite ghost. Everybody has a jelly. There's this like jelly substance that connects people as part of their being, part of the substance, part of the energy around life, at least in the lore of this story. And sometimes those manifests in different ways. And if there's evil, there's, your emotions build up, depending on the land, depending on, the spirits, there's all sorts of things that can make these jellies turn or form into something weird and wacky. I would say that the CG for the jellies, for the most part, are okay. When we see proper monsters, and you do, which is really fun, there is this mix of realism and game-like CG. So the monsters and the design and the creations look fantastic, but they somewhat just don't look real. And someone once said to me, well, they don't make it look real because there's this law that there's not quite you're not allowed to have like 100% realism. I don't know if that's still true, but it definitely took me out of the series a bit when I saw like these big monsters and it didn't quite look real. That's probably also a budgetary thing, but for the most part, I really love the creature designs. The smaller ones were a bit weird because they're very bright in color sometimes. Sometimes when they get destroyed, they're turning into like heart-shaped things and disappearing into the floor. And it's all over the place with its fantasy. But the more you watch, the more you understand where the lore is and what's going on behind the scenes. And so you have this nurse her job is to protect the students and what's going on. She's kind of like the hero. I love the actress that plays her character. She's so off the wall, and she needed to be for this character to be the hero. She's like a superhero without any powers, although she wields this weird colorful sword, and she's able to draw energy from certain things, even a person. And so you have these energy moments where she needs to fight, where things get heightened and intense and weird and somewhat scary and really creepy. One of the things that works for the series is the score. There's this mix of synth, piano, synth, mixed with orchestra, mixed with like dark, weird tones, very kind of Halloween-y, very creepy. And so you put that together and it really heightens that kind of sense of thriller, fantastical elements that we're wanting to see. And then you get the students who are, they swing with their emotions as students do, but the acting there is very comical. It's like watching a live action comic, very cheesy at times, very tongue-in-cheek, very over the top. It feels like the acting and the expressions are embellished somewhat. I didn't mind it in this though. I thought it was okay. I've seen some reviews say that it was just so cheesy and so comical and so off the wall that they just thought it was crap. I've seen some Korean series now, so I kind of know what to expect when going into watching, especially the fantastical stuff. And if you like Korean spiritual or fantastical stuff, then you're going to enjoy this. It's off the wall. If you like the first episode, I guarantee you will like the rest, because the more you watch, the more crazy it gets, the better it gets, the more interesting it gets as the story evolves. I definitely want a season 2. I hope we get a season 2. The story gets more bizarre, as I said, and I love seeing the creature designs. I thought they were fantastic. The nurse for me is the standout there, although there is a few other relationships formed along the way that I really enjoy. But the nurse, she has so many dimensions to her. She switches her characteristics this way and that way from one moment to the next. You never quite know what you're going to get from her, and she makes the show really entertaining, because you're wondering how people are coping with her, because from the outside perspective she looks absolutely mental. She's swinging a sword about in the air, you know, it looks like she should be in a mental hospital, but actually she's, you know, protecting the school from these evil things, or these spiritual things that need to be dissuade. You know, sometimes they affect the students, that some of them, just in the first episode you'll see some nasty things happen to the students, which is why it's R-rated and a 15 in the UK. So do bear that in mind. It's not for like just youngs, it's 15 and up, and so you do have some blood, you do have some more adult fantastical terms, you have some language. You know, it's a more adult fantasy series that looks like it's a comic for young people, if that makes sense. It's weird, it's wacky, it's fun, and I had a lot of fun watching this. I don't think it'll be for everybody, but I do think there will be a certain demographic that will love this. I am one of them. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a B+. I think it's solid. It's not the best one I've seen, but it's very interesting. I'm very interested to see where this might go in the future as well. Let me know in the comments below. What did you think? Are you going to give this a go? But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.